This is a leg break pandemic. I'm stopping short of saying that there's a problem here, because when you really break it down and think about it, we've had Corey Hill, Anderson Silva, Chris Weidman, and Conor McGregor. And we've had 4 in 10 years. When was Corey Hill's one? You know, it's not a problem. We're averaging less than 1 a year, but 3 of them were exactly the same. Leg kicks that were checked. Obviously, Conor McGregor's one was slightly different. But what we are seeing are a lot more leg injuries during fights. We used to just see dead legs and people would sort of just be able to, hobble on them and then they'd become ineffective. They'd lose the fight. 2 or 3 days later, there's some bruising and they're okay. What we're seeing now is nerve damage because the kicks are getting lower and lower down the leg. We're starting to see a lot of low calf kicks. We're sort of starting to see a lot of kicks right around the knee area. Obviously, John Jones brought in that sort of side kick that was meant to sort of bend the knee in. And I guess as the sport evolves and people are fighting with their legs a lot more, we're going to see a lot more of these. And it's not alarming. I'm not alarmed by it, but it's nasty on the eye. It's definitely nasty on the eye. And when you think that, some of these fights are going on terrestrial TV and things like that, and I understand that it is a cage fight and there's a reason you sign a disclaimer saying that if you die in the cage, you don't sue your opponent and you don't sue the state. There's a reason that exists. But these leg breaks are becoming more and more prevalent, and not just so much leg breaks, but really bad leg injuries. We're starting to see people's nerves get crushed and dead foot, and we saw it with Sean O'Malley. We saw it with, I can't remember his name. It was in the big card with the Masvidal Usman. Jimmy Crute, that's it, Jimmy Crute. So we saw it with Jimmy Crute, where he had sort of dead foot and he couldn't go anymore. And then, of course, we saw Chris Weidman at the start of the year. And then we've seen Conor McGregor in the middle of the year. So it just seems like the way that the sport's changing and moving at the moment, that these are going to happen more and more. And I know there's nothing really we could do about it apart from perhaps get better at kicking and condition your shins. But the older you get, obviously, the more dangerous it is. And it's just a bit of an eye-opener. I guess all I'm saying is make a note that I told you about this. Just make a note of it somewhere. Just get a pen. Lewis said, at this time, there's been a lot of leg breaks. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a couple more. Just make a little note. And we'll check back in a couple of months and we'll see if we've had any more. Does that sound like a deal?